Yo! Safe. We're back. So, I'm going to turn on the PlayStation and hopefully everything's going to work like it was all set up and working perfectly the other day. So, what could possibly go wrong, right? It's all going to be hunky-dory. There was something I needed to plug in though. It's this guy, isn't it? Isn't one of these things is powered by USB? And it just needs to be plugged in instead of my controller. I think that's the only thing. This guy. Ah! Things are falling over. We plug this in. Then I think switch this on. Yeah, boy! It just works like right out the box. Oh shit, that's good. So all I need to do now is tell and wouldn't we think that I was better off on the left? With Kurushi. I think I'm better off on the left. And then we just click here and we just project it. Full screen projector onto this monitor, and then bang, there we go. Now I've got it full screen over on the normal screen. Amazing. It works, you guys. Oh wait, but this isn't Kurushi. I didn't change the disc. This is just Dynasty Warriors again. One moment, please. But it's good it works, isn't it? It's sick. Alright. Let me get another gin, and then we're going to start. Big ups Commodore Graham, big ups Josh, big ups Tishan. Tishan's coming straight back in with the amazing alien stories. Gloss cap. Left in a boat. Scene. Bruv. I don't even know what that means. I think I'm too far gone. I'll be back in a minute. Alrighty guys, I think we are ready to go. Alright, so Kurushi, this is the ting, you guys. This is the app. absolute ting. I'm so excited, like, to be playing this game again after so many years. So deeply jokes. Alright. I think the sound should be at a good level, I hope. Drop a little like on the stream, because we're starting again from scratch, unfortunately. I brought snacks with me. I've got some cookies. And I've got some Scotch eggs. So, everything's happening out here. Alright.
First stage.
Right, how do I do this again? Oh wow. I nearly left it too late. But no, we sorted it. Perfect. 4 out of 4. So we should be able to do this one in 3. Yeah, that makes sense, because then this costs us 2 moves. And we blow those up. Bang. Oh. And this will be 3 again. 1 for that. 1 for that. And 1 for that. Oh yeah, this works. Nice. So, if you're new to this game, we've not seen it before, yeah, we get this in 1. It'll just completely ricochet through everything. And we might even be able to now get the next puzzle done in less than its required amount. Okay, so if we're sneaky about this. Oh, I think I put that in the wrong place. Yeah, that's a shame. It's still going to cost us 2. We could, if I'd have got that blue one in place 1 earlier, we could have done it in 1 out of 2 by saving the green. But essentially, we can place 1 blue block, okay, at a time, and we can then detonate it at a time of our choosing. So I'll detonate it now. That smashes the green one, then we can blast that out. And then we can do this one. We should have started with this guy, I think. Oops, I missed it. Oh no, I really missed it. Okay, so we're going to be quite over the recommended amount of turns there, but we still did it perfectly. And you basically got to destroy every block, apart from the black ones. Those should not be destroyed. I think we'll send one through to kick us off. And bang that. Do this one next, because we probably want to send that through 1 space. Oh yeah, I should. That one's going to get destroyed anyway. I should have put the next blue one there. That's how we would have done it with 3. And the green ones, they can be detonated all at once. Like whenever you detonate the green ones, they all go together. You can't detonate like them one at a time or whatever. And that's basically it. And so it's just about kind of like looking at the layout of the blocks and then placing your like detonations effectively. Regularly occurring, like what you lot are talking about is fascinating. Pop that there, get that destroyed, throw that back there, do these front 2 while we wait for it to get into its righteous position, bang it out. Okay, we're going to be 1 over par, that's fine. I remember what I always thought about this game was amazing was the reflections. I thought the graphics were so good. It's kind of crazy, isn't it? you can see in the bottom right, those 3 dashes, they're effectively our lives. Yeah, let's put this here. And pop that there. And then we can go put one there. Like that. Detonate everything. Yeah, and be done in 3. Very nice. The abstract hellscape of this game is the exact way to describe it. Like, this game is so spooky. It's terrifying.
Second stage.
Alright, let's go. A little bit more complicated here. Right. So the order with which I press those detonations is so important. Like, I wanted to detonate the first green one before I detonated the blue one that created the next green one. If you see what I mean. And so basically our X is to place a blue one and to detonate a blue one. There's not even any point in putting that blue one there though. But what we want is for those to be in line with each other. So then we can leave it. And then bang out the whole back row there, leaving all the black blocks to crack on. Casual. Pop one here and send it through. But I think we should have sent that through first. I think the basic theory is to always send through to the furthest point first. Because you don't count those turns when you're just sending your first blue thing through. And that's like the main concept. Yeah, so now we can put this blue here. Oh shit, I missed it. But with green first, then blue to create the new green. And then blue that there. And then next time, green. And so in the top right, there's like a fraction. The bottom number is like the par for the course, if you like. And then the top number is the number of turns that it actually takes us to do it. So all the rest of this will get done now. This is fine. We'll hit the par of 4. No problem. Sweet. Perfect. What's your favorite myth elemental? Don't know what that means. Sorry, I wish I could answer more of your questions straight away. Genuinely. Don't know what that means. This should be pretty easy. Yeah, and then just wait 2 more. And then just bang out all the rest. Sweet. Casual. Okay. So we could have let that happen 1 earlier, I think, and the green could have been there already. Yeah, if we'd have put the blue down 1 earlier. Anyway, that's fine. 6 out of 5 ain't bad. And it was all still Legit. Have I fucked this up? No, we're fine, so it just go like that. And just get basically everything. Oh, but we still gotta get that green there. So we did kind of screw it up. But depending on how many of these blocks come up, if that green one's still flat, it will keep it. Oh no, we didn't keep it. I'm not really sure what to do here, so I'm just going to take it easy. Do that. Like, hitting the par in the top right is not as important as just, like, clearing the puzzle, you know? The main thing is to just get it done before it pushes you off the back edge. That's perfect. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Just lined it all up to a T. Beautiful. Yes, Andrew, welcome back. So yeah, we're a civilization with amnesia. Yeah. History repeats itself. Seems about right. Okay, very nice. I think just that one there, and then perfect. Okay, that's stage 2. Casual. One more Scotch egg, and then I'll move on to the cookies. Savoury finished. Alright, so Josh, you're saying fire, water, earth, or air. So when I was in primary school, the different like houses of the school were called fire, water, earth, and air. And I was in water. So I'll definitely have an affiliation to water. So I'll take water, please. Alright, begin the game. That one was easy enough. Let's start by sending this round the back first. And I guess we can do... Oh no, I've ballsed it up. Oh no, I've ballsed it up. See, when they're out of... When you get two greens out of sync with each other, that's when you have a problem. Now I've got to detonate those, and then we've got to send this through here. Yeah, so it's all going to be massively over par. But it's fine because it hasn't pushed us over the edge. But you can see we're getting close. The bigger puzzles, then when you make mistakes like that, you end up running out of space. And then instead of just completing the puzzle but not at par, you end up just fighting your way through the blocks rather than trying to like efficiently destroy them all. You're just trying to actually plan your route through and just survive, just like get to the other side, you know. So in the later stages, yeah, the priorities kind of change a bit. But that's basically the game. Alphonsus, how you doing? How'd you do? Let's send this one through and work on this side while we do that. And then we'll get over to the left side, which looks a little bit more of a pain in the ass. Oh, I didn't need to do that one, really. What I should have done is put that there and detonated them in the right order. Let's put one here because we have. There's no avoiding working our way through to there. Do that. Do that, and then we can come in here and put that in there. So yeah, we're just 1 over par because of that one mistake I'd noticed we made. 11 out of 10. But that was a complicated puzzle to be only 1 over par in, so that's good. We don't need to do that yet. We should put that there first so we can send the green through while we're doing that one. That one won't get green, so we can do that on its own. Bang that out. Send that through. While we would look after this bit. Yeah, I think we're going to be at par here. Oh, 1 over. Yeah, it's 1 over again, isn't it? Not bad though. Missed my streams. Safe. Yeah, I've missed doing streams, to be honest. I've been super busy. I've been working too much as well, to be honest. Oh, I've kind of ballsed this up now. Just get those done, and then we'll deal with all this separately. Bring that out, fine. It's all good. Let's send one through to there while we wait. And then we can detonate green, then detonate blue to create the new green, because the other way around would have been catastrophic. And then we have to put something in there and wait, detonate that green, let this blue go all the way through. Yeah, we didn't do that properly. Somehow we messed something up. We managed to save that green, but I think it's too close to the edge to use on the next puzzle. It would be suicide. Oh, that was a mistake. It won't kill us, but we will lose a lot of lives. It's just going to make us do it again. And we will have lost a lot of blocks at the back end there. So we certainly won't be getting a perfect. But yeah, that is the most easy mistake to make in early levels, is to just fly a little close to the wind, as it were. I don't know what I'm doing. And we're super close to the edge here. Oh my god. We're dead. Because I can't even put... I guess we're going to be okay. Just have to do that, destroy that one black one and just run away. So you can see at the bottom right our lives go down for everything that we sent over that we shouldn't have. And that was because of the mistake we made earlier. The level is just very short at this point. Yeah. I think we're okay here. If we pop this there, we make our way through. Oh yeah, that's everything actually. We didn't even need to put the blue down. Yeah, we're just good to go. Okay, I guess. Do that, and then just take care of these two while we wait for everything to come through. Oh, and take care of that middle one. And then this guy on the end. Yeah, we'll get par here. Nice. And that's the end of stage 3. Being physically trapped in a game of Tetris. Yeah. I just remember this game was on the original PlayStation 1 demo disc. Like the very first PlayStation 1 demo disc had this game on it. Cookies. You know these trendy places nowadays, they try to do too much stuff. Like this cookie, yeah, it's like a chocolate cookie. But it's got pistachios on it. I do not need pistachios on a cookie. It's unnecessary. Okay, I think we're doing good here. Only 1 over par, not bad. Oh no, I just pressed X when I shouldn't have. Whoops. Just destroyed one of the black ones. That was not what was meant to happen. Oh no. See, that was out of sync, so now we have to destroy that one separately. Whereas it could have been... They could have been more in sync. Anyway, never mind. I have to just destroy these ones one by one. Kind of annoying. Not sure. I think I missed something about that puzzle. There was some way more efficient way of doing that. I think this should be okay. Like that. I should have just been sending these through to there in the meantime, but I wasn't. I guess I'll send that through because I just won't make it round to walk. And do that. Perfect but not efficient. So it says perfect at the end just when you do the puzzle. You get a 1,000-point bonus for that. But if you do it in the par number of moves, like at the top right, then you get the brilliant bonus, which is weird. That it kind of seems to congratulate you more for perfect than brilliant, even though brilliant is better than perfect. Don't ask. The soundtrack to this game as well is just like a 90s like action movie, like I can't get enough of it. Look at this, we're going to get par here. 11 moves out of 11 top right. So then when we end this now, it'll still say perfect. But the bonus we'll get at the left there is brilliant. Oh, it's 5,000, not 10,000. Still 5 times more. Just because I'm not sure how all this works out. We definitely... Oh, no. When you just end up underneath the blocks. It costs so much. Yeah, that might make this last bit quite difficult. The first puzzle of each set's always the hardest because you have the least space to work with. Probably could have saved that move till later. Although it's hard to do those early bits like that. when you've got greens further back in the puzzle that you're waiting to detonate, as it were. Yeah. Like those two right next to each other, that's really awkward. I think we can get away with this. No, we can't. Send one. Oops. Ah! I'm dead. Okay, the no deaths run is over, you guys. I don't know if I can face another one. Sounds about right to me. Alright, fine. Well, I think we may end it there for tonight then. Could have carried on with that run. That was only stage 4. I died at stage 4. Yeah. The first attempt I made, I died at like stage 8. That was just silly mistakes there. That was silly mistakes. Honestly, you guys are on some crazy, interesting discussions in the chat. The stream was perfect. Trust me, I'm just trying to keep up. Like, if I was reading the whole thing, I might understand it, but I'm like coming back into the chat like after 5 minutes and just being like, whoa. Could play some Zomboid. I think I might just kick back now for the rest of the evening. Watch some shit. Just hang out. So yeah, thanks for watching tonight, everyone. I'm happy so many of you turned up to give Kurushi a little bit of a spot there. We'll definitely do more Kurushi. I want to get that no deaths run. But I've also got a shitload of like PlayStation games lined up here for us to play. I'm not saying it was Aliens, but it was Aliens. Okay, so here's for all the discussions that I've been soaking in from the chat. Yeah, if you want my 2 cents on the matter, let's go full screen here. All right, with my IQ in the background while I tell you what I think. Wait, yeah, let me sit like this. Okay. All right, here's what let me get my drink. All right, so here's what I think about the Aliens, yeah? Cheers. The big question around Aliens, and the reason that I kind of doubt that they're out there, is because of the what I said earlier, the Great Barrier situation. All right, the Great Barrier thing. And I'm not like a super expert, and I've also been drinking gin, so yeah, IQ 18, yeah, IQ 1. The Great Barrier thing is basically the question of like, if there are aliens, or if there have ever been aliens, where are they? All right. Is it that the Great Barrier to life lasting long enough to travel between planets is ahead of us? As in, there's loads of species like ours. Well, obviously we can't see them. Or is the Great Barrier behind us? Like we're one of the first or one of the only ones, or it really is genuinely that rare for life to get this far. And you kind of have to make a call on that. So, you know, if you think that there's all this evidence mounting for aliens having visited the planet previously and brought technology, or whatever you think, like if you think that there are species that travel between like galaxies and solar systems and whatnot, then like yeah, are we going to be one of those, right? Or is the barrier ahead of us? That's Jerry Springer's final thought for the night. If there are extraterrestrials, they probably would have to be part of the same genetic heritage as us. Yeah, but I don't know. I have no idea. Oh yeah, I've got no idea. I love how this discussion is happening with my IQ in the background. It's hilarious. I don't know how I feel. Like, I don't even know what this question is. How I feel with a powerful water kitsune girl. Like, I feel that over the course of tonight's streams, I have just about gathered enough knowledge to decode what you mean. But I don't know. It's too far from organic material to survive. The only machine could survive the thousands of years traveling in space. It's a good point. Potentially. Unless it's like all frozen and shit, because things can survive loads when they're frozen. But look, like, I just think that if there was other life out there, like, think about what we're like. We're not like humans on planet Earth. We're not like really sensitive, like traveling around nice and quiet, like not disturbing things. We're like, we leave a mark, we leave a stain wherever we go. If there was loads and loads and loads of other life out there, or even if there was just some, and if there was some that had been here before, I think we'd have like more concrete evidence, you know? Personally. But like, I'm definitely open to the fact that we don't know what we don't know. There is so much that we don't know that we don't know. There's no way that there's nothing that we don't know. Like, there's definitely stuff we don't know. So you got to take everything when you talk about like, oh, what do we have evidence for, with a pinch of salt, because there's plenty of things we have no evidence for that probably still happened. But yeah, for me, like, it's bleak. But to get back to my earlier point of the Great Barrier, I think the real logical and unfortunate answer is probably that the barrier is ahead of us. And that life maybe isn't as rare as we think. But traveling between planets and galaxies is not a thing. Life is a phenomenon that occurs kind of locally. You know? But enjoy the ride. I mean, here we are. Here we are on planet Earth. And my IQ, guys, is 180, so There you go. But that's my 2 cents on the matter. It's kind of depressing, but yeah, I think my explanation for it all is that we will travel between the planets in the solar system, sure. I think we'll get there. Like, maybe to other solar systems, to other galaxies. Like, I just think, like, it's just so far-fetched. And all the evidence of the fact that we just have not observed other, like, more advanced species arriving at our galaxy looking for resources. Like, that's what they would do. That's what life would do. If it could travel between galaxies for billions of years, they would have been traveling between galaxies, getting the resources they need. And like traveling between galaxies would be so resource intensive, man. They would be burning through galaxies, getting all the resources they need so quickly to travel between them. I don't know. Those are my thoughts. We also don't know what is known. That's a really good point too. We don't know what we don't know, but we don't even know what we do know. Yeah, that's a really good point. But yeah, that's my kind of like gut feeling on this discussion, you know. I just think, right, here we are, like, while the sun is burning, let's like lie in it and drink gin. Cheers. If we build a Death Star is the best start to a sentence. All right, let's read the rest of that one. If we build a Death Star like a synthetic planet, we could possibly travel between solar systems. I see what you mean. Like a big enough ship. But do you see what I mean about how resource intensive that would be? Like, so if that's a possibility, then you just kind of think it would have happened already and we'd have like seen it. Like, unless we're one of the first, like, I mean, there are all these like extremity scenarios, right? Like, yes, the universe has been around for a long time, but actually, as far as life in the universe goes, we are right at the beginning of that story. And if that's true, like, then just crazy. That's crazy. And that's like super unlikely, but like possible. And like, so maybe, yeah. Maybe it is possible. Maybe the Great Barrier's behind us and the Great Barrier's like a little step and actually like it's fine. Maybe the Great Barrier's behind us and it's not a little step as well. Anyway, there's all these possibilities. Who knows? But I think it's fun to discuss and to think about. So yeah, I appreciate the chat, you guys. We could live on the planet and make use of the geothermal system to survive. Geothermal ship, generational ships they're called, yeah, like Red Dwarf, kind of. It's cold outside, there's no kind of atmosphere, I'm all alone, more or less. It's a distance issue. Yeah, the distances are so far. Even light is too slow for interstellar travel. There you go. It's a producing enough energy issue. But like, if producing that much energy is possible, do you not think it would have happened somewhere else before? Like, the only argument, if you think that this is possible, then the only argument for us not observing other people doing it, because we're good at observing from here. I mean, maybe we're not that good, but I think we're pretty good. But like, if it's possible to produce that much energy, then you're kind of saying like, either life is so unique to Earth that there's no one else around, or just that we're one of the first. You know? Also think this. We look at a star and think, let's go there, but we're seeing the star as it was thousands of years ago. Yeah, exactly. like as you travel towards it, you accelerate its aging because you're like moving through the light that's coming towards you, right? Does that make sense? I think it makes sense. It's like, look, observing a star as you travel towards it, it gets older quicker than it would if you were just still watching it. Oh man, this stuff messes with my head, but I love it. If there are more advanced civilizations out there, we'd probably see evidence of Dyson spheres. What's a Dyson sphere? Is that a joke? Is that a Hoover reference, or is it like a physics thing? I don't know. It explodes very quickly as you move closer. Yeah. You suddenly realise it's getting a bit too old. Jokes. Everybody goes, oh, damn. Let me move you guys to the middle screen. Then I'll look straight at you. How's this? This is a weird experience, isn't it? When I talk to chat, I'm normally looking over there. I'll talk to chat over here for a bit. That's a new experience, guys. A giant energy device around a star. Is that a Dyson sphere? Right. Where you basically farm a star for energy, yeah? It would probably require time travel as well. Yeah. Okay, what I love about when I asked what a Dyson sphere was, right, was just getting 3 increasingly complex answers. It was like being back at school, like in a GCSE textbook, where it's like, here's the like key stage 3 understanding of it, here's key stage 4, here's key stage 5. It's like a giant energy device around a star. A star encompassing structure meant to harness a vast portion of its energy. All the matter in a stellar system to make a shell to capture all the energy from the central star. I love it. 3 levels of understanding. You guys broke it down perfectly. It's beautiful. Hammer of Thor, sure. A telescopic survey for evidence of Dyson spheres and they didn't find shit. Yeah. Yeah, come on. Like, I think there's just so, like, any kind of interstellar travel would be so, like, kind of noisy. I don't mean, like, literally in terms of sound. I just mean, like, you know, it would leave a mark. It would leave something. Like, I think we're pretty good at observing things. I think. I don't know. Yeah. It's very interesting to think about, though. I love this kind of stuff. I kind of also think, you know, that we should be kind of glad, because I think it was like a Stephen Hawking thing, wasn't it? Where he warned of like kind of trying to make contact. I think it was Stephen Hawking said it, where he was like, we should just shut up. Like, we shouldn't be sending signals out to try and communicate with other species or aliens or extraterrestrials or whatever. Because, like, they will just be, like, nomadic and looking for resources. Whatever it is that they need, if they find it, they'll take it and just leave, you know? Like, think about what we're like. Think about what life is like. It's just like parasites, right? Sounds kind of horrible to say it, but it's kind of true. Like, life preserves itself, right? So that's kind of grim. E.T. Life saw Star Wars Episode 1 and they were just like, fucking bail, man. Get out. No material reason to care about us. Yeah. That's very true though, Tishan. I've said, like, yeah, we don't really know what we don't know. If we discover something brand new, it could change everything. There's plenty of humans. Yeah, I mean, exactly. It's kind of grim, and it's also, like I said, like about the Great Barrier being ahead of us is also a grim outlook. It's kind of like the most likely thing, you know. Cheers. I feel kind of weird with the OBS screen in front of me, where the games normally are. I don't know, I guess you lot, are you lot used to seeing me look like this? Probably not. Like, you're used to seeing me look at this screen when I'm, like, here. This is a normal look. I'm never used to... I feel like I'm looking in the mirror, like I'm looking back at myself, whereas normally when I'm looking at chats over here, that's fine. Because then I look over and I can see my own face, but I'm looking the other way, so it's not like looking at myself like this. There's some tonic in there. Disclaimer. I'm not like drinking goldfish bowls of gin like neat. I swear. You can't prove it. Another interesting take I heard is that maybe everybody goes inward eventually instead of outward. Good mastery of energy production and great VR entertainment. Right. That's interesting. Yeah, okay. And this does get me onto some other philosophical thoughts I've had in the past of like things that are most likely, which I'll share with you now. Why not? Like, I'm not, like, personally, I'm not religious, but like Philly boots, like whatever. People can be, that's fine. Like, I don't see any problem with it, like, in itself. But one of the things that I do think is kind of likely, and I'm not talking about like a god or an all-powerful situation, but I think that there might be like a creator. Like, I tell you what I mean by that. I don't necessarily even think it might be an intentional creator, although it could be. Like, simulations could be, like, and the Matrix and blah, 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 like, sure. Why not? Like, it's pointless to discuss. Like, yeah, maybe. But it's kind of interesting to think about. But, like, what I do think you can kind of see, like, when you look at, like, atoms, and then, like, oh, suddenly we find subatomic particles, and then, like, quarks, or whatever the fuck. I don't know enough about it. But, outside of the universe, it's weird to think, and it makes you feel weird, doesn't it, to think, like, at the edges of the universe, there's just, like, a nothing forever. So more likely, we're getting to multiverses, but more likely, outside of the universe, there's just a system of universes, right? That just seems like the logical thing. Like, if you think about tiny little particles, and then, like, when you zoom out, it's like, oh, there's loads of them. And then when you zoom out of that, it's like, oh, yeah, there's loads of things. And then we zoom out of that, it's like, oh, yeah, there's loads of planets. Oh, yeah, there's loads of stars. Oh, yeah, there's loads of galaxies. Oh, yeah, there's, like, Men in Black marbles. Yeah, yeah, fucking exactly. Some, like, after you zoom out from a universe, like, the most logical thing is like, oh, yeah, there's loads of universes. And there's some kind of system that just is built out of universes. That just seems like the most logical thing. Like, I can't escape the fact that I just kind of inherently just feel like that must be true. Discuss. Voxel game engines. Yeah, sure. I mean, it's like a mini universe, right? The existence of consciousness creates an unsurmountable uncertainty about what reality actually is. Yeah. And there's what do they call it? There's like a term they use for different species, right? Is it like relative consciousness or something, or I can't remember what they call it. But like the fact that like every animal's kind of understanding of the world around them is like, this is such a joke stream. I don't think we've ever done a segment of just talking shit for this long before, but it's really interesting. I'm enjoying it. So if you guys are, then fine, let's keep going. But yeah, what's it called? The thing about animals and about how like, you know, like if you're a dog, right, and your sense of smell is so sensitive that you can tell who sat on a chair like 3 hours earlier as soon as you walk into a room, and without going to the chair, like your sense of smell is so good that it's like, that person used to be there, right there. I can just feel it going into the room. Like, what is a dog's experience of the universe like, and what do they hold to be true about it based on their acute sense of smell? And then you think, so what do we hold to be true about the universe based on exactly how our senses are configured? Given our senses are configured to serve us in the first place, it's like a feedback loop where, you know, the evolution of that species serves itself, and therefore their understanding of reality like becomes this self-serving like loop. That's another interesting thing. Yeah, your consciousness isn't even the same as someone else's. That's a really good point. Let alone, but when you think about different species, it really amplifies that that problem, that question. It highlights how flawed, like, we believe, right, that like what we observe is like showing us some truth, whereas really, you know, what we take for granted as being like a sound, but it's not a sound, is it? It's just the air is moving. Like, what do you inherit, like you innately feel like a sound is? Like a sound is something that's loud, like it makes noise. And it's like, what are all these concepts? Like, we live in a noisy universe, do we? Like, where things make sounds. It's like, no. No. There's no sound. Like, there's just like these vibrations. So what do those vibrations mean to another species, and like how are they interpreted, and blah 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 blah. You know? It's kind of, we go into the consciousness thing. Kind of makes everything kind of hard to quantify, really, or anything. It's like, then you just boil it down to this standard like boring philosophy question of like, but how do you know? You don't know anything, do you? The Vedic traditions, so online basis of mind does. One's fundamental self. Yeah, the difference between sound waves and the actual conscious experience of sound. Yeah, I can't remember. There's a specific term. I can't remember what it's called. What the phrase is. There's a few people who've written about it and spoken about it. Oh, I can't fucking remember what they call it now. There's a particular phrase. But anyway. Stefano fucking jokes. Yeah, I would never have come up with that shit myself. Like, you guys think, therefore I am. Or there's a great Bo Burnham joke in it where he's like, do you guys like impressions? And everyone's like, yeah. And he's like, why? And then they're all like, oh. He's like, that was Socrates. Let's go on. Yeah. You chat. You chat, therefore I am. This is good, guys. We've sorted out the world here, haven't we? Damn. Quite the deep discussions tonight. I guess that's what happens if I don't stream for like a best part of a week and then come back tanked up on gin. Streamer ergo sum. Oh yeah, about not seeing the same colours is a classic one. You troll me, therefore I am. Amazing. The other thing that, Titian, you've just reminded me of when you said the Grublean thing, that's really interesting, kind of sidestepping the like extreme kind of philosophy back into some kind of maybe a bit more psychology and a bit more kind of like just human evolution and that kind of chat. I think it's from like a Tom Scott video. I saw this. Like, Tom Scott's cool. If you don't know Tom Scott, check it out. But he like talks about different colors in different cultures and societies over history, and in language, and how like colors are described in different languages, and like there's this kind of pattern with which colors get assigned words. So like it starts off like the most basic languages will only make a distinction between black and white, or kind of like dark and light shades. And then the next one that gets given a word normally is red, which kind of makes sense because like blood. So humans like to kind of give the colour red a name first. Maybe sunsets as well, and the fact that you see red in the sky a lot. If it's not like daylight or nighttime, then the sky's like next colour is often like red, I guess. I don't know. I mean, you could argue it was blue. But I think blood is probably a good argument, really. But red is always the next one, right? And then normally blue and stuff. And then there's a whole kind of order. But if you kind of, there are plenty of languages that don't like make a difference between green and blue. And I think even Japanese is one that is, I think it might be Japanese, is like a modern day language where they don't make that distinction. They have a word, and the English translation for it is gru, because it's green and blue. And there's no like, so like linguists have created the word gru to mean the color that cultures who don't distinguish between green and blue call green and blue. And I think it was Japanese, but they like make a distinction like between leaf gru and ocean gru. So it's like green and blue to them are two shades of the same fundamental colour. And the thing that's really interesting is then when you look at it in English, you can see evidence of this because we subcategorize shades of red more than we do shades of green and blue. I mean, if you get into like arty talk and you think about like cyan and like turquoise and whatever, royal blue or whatever, like you can get into talking about colours deeper and there are words to describe them. But if you think about like fundamental words that we use every day and that you teach children, when you teach children about colours, you know, you're more likely to say light blue than you are to say light red. You would never say light red, you would say pink. Because pink is like a colour that we describe. And same goes for orange, you know. And maybe even yellow. I mean, yellow is a bit more of a primary colour, it's a bit more on the border. But like certainly orange, pink, red, like pink is definitely the equivalent of light blue, but it has its own word. Whereas we still just say light blue. So you can see like, you can see it in English language as well, how we've gone down the path of, you know, assigning words to shades of red in more detail. And we're kind of further down the road of describing shades of red with our language than we are with shades of, say, green or blue. I thought that was super interesting. And you can just like, you can plot it. You can get all these different languages and some of them don't, you know, don't distinguish between green and blue. Some of them do. Some of them don't distinguish between like red and blue. Some of them, like some languages just still have just black or white. Those are the only two colors they talk about, you know. Yeah, super interesting. I described that way worse probably than Tom Scott does, but that's my interpretation of, that's my memory of a YouTube video I watched at some point in the last couple of years. Cheers. It was yellow-red for thousands of years. Wow. So yeah, that's another interesting little sidestep to go into colours. But yeah, safe guys. It's very jokes chat tonight. I've had a lot of fun. I think I might have to knock it on the head though, because I'm just preaching about shit I really don't know about. Which is fine. It's good fun to do so. I can stop projecting. Wait, do I just close that second OBS window? I think I just close it. Oh yeah, that's fine. Boop. Yeah, I think we'll call it here. So for anybody who's watching the VOD, like, if you're like a random person, okay, right, let's talk to these people right now. This is a really funny concept. Like, at some point in the next like months or years, I mean, the channel's not huge, but eventually there'll be some goon who's sitting at home trying to find gameplay footage of Kurushi. And they'll like happen upon this stream, like the VOD. And they might go, sure, DankNStein, never heard of him. Let's watch this and watch some Kurushi gameplay. If you're one of those people watching the VOD and you're still here now watching this as a VOD right now, then mad respect to you. Because you've just sat through like probably the best part of an hour. Like, what is it? The stream's been going an hour and 10 minutes. Okay, so maybe like half an hour at least of us just talking, like, especially me, just total shit. But yeah, mad respect to those people who are still watching on a VOD, and all they came for was Kurushi, and they got this. Yeah, respect to you. Subscribe right now. Yeah, everyone in the chat saying hi to the future, which is a kind of nice way to end our weird philosophical space time travel chat, isn't it? Yeah, Tijan said time travel will be needed. Yeah, big ups. Oh, Josh, he's saying, have you played Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead? I haven't, but I tell you somebody who has. Listless Onion. Listless Onion, go to his channel and watch all the Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead stuff there. It's big in the game. I've dabbled with watching it, and the game looks mad. Like, I'm well into my Zomboid, and from what I understand, CDDA is like the mothership of Zomboid. So yeah, like Andrew says, leave a comment if you got this far. Let us know what you think about aliens and interstellar travel and the multiverse and time travel and color perception and consciousness. And most importantly, leave a comment and let us know what you think about Kurushi. Safe. I think I'm going to go and just finish this gin and sort of quietly reflect for half an hour before I go to sleep. Yeah, it's been a fun stream. Nice one, guys. I'll see you all later. Yeah, subscribe, like, be excellent to each other every day. And I'll see you all soon. Tune in next time.